Hey everyone, welcome back to the shop. Let's get back to work on the Fokker D.VII. Now before I begin today, it's been about 3 weeks without you guys getting a video. You're probably sitting there saying, where's the video? I ran into a little problem doing this video. This is about a week and a half after the incident. And what the incident was, I still got 10 fingers and 10 toes. I forgot to hit the audio when I was recording almost the entire video. So a lot of the work's already been done, and I'm just going to be showing you a couple pictures from time to time on what I did. I'm just going to get you back up to where I'm at right now. So before I go ahead and start showing you some parts that have already been pretty much almost ready to glue into position, I have been waiting on materials, and the materials finally came in. The most important one, because you'll find out later on in the video when the past me talks to you, I could not find that little cardboard tube that comes in that box. So what I ended up doing was the second best thing, carbon fiber. It was 5/8 outside diameter, so I went 5/8 outside diameter. You know, I think you can probably pick up a semi truck with this stuff. It's a little bit thicker wall. It's pretty much, I think, 1 mil wall, 2 mil wall. I could measure it, but regardless, once they get cut into little pieces, that's going to be fine. It was either that, I tried to go ahead and do what I shouldn't have done, which was to just get a piece of steel plating and tap some balsa that was, you know, 1/2 inch balsa. Not 1/2 inch, 5/8. It was 3/4 balsa. I trimmed it down, tried to pound it through it, and it just made a mess out of it. So I decided that we're just going to go ahead and use this. I could have gotten hold of Balsa USA, but I don't know how much they're going to charge me shipping for just a little piece of pretty much cardboard tube. This through Amazon was, I think, $15 for 2 of them. So I do have a spare for something farther on down the road. Certain things will be covered ad nauseum, because even though I watched what the clip was, actually was when I was speaking, it was recording it. And what it really came down to was how I went ahead and got everything pretty much cut into place. Now you'll see later on what I had done. When I took the pieces of it's just like blow molded plastic. This is kind of where it's sitting right now, and this is not even close to being done. This is why this is probably going to be a 2-part video. So what I did was, when I had the flats, it was blow molded, they had a little teeny cut line on it. I just came around, shimmed this up with a piece of balsa. I think it was like almost 1/8 inch strip. And it was enough to get it so when this thing went around the outside, it was right inside that little channel. Now, because I wasn't really happy with this at all, because you can just, you know, pretty much just wipe it off with your finger, I came around with some real thin masking tapes, like a 1/4 inch masking tape. And these are the little cylinder heads that I have not made the little balsa, let's just call it the top, where it actually has the rocker shaft going all the way through from pretty much top cylinder to top cylinder. What I did on this one, and I'm just kind of show you, and you'll see it in the later part of the video, I took this part, came in with one of my little tools of destruction, and got it close. I mean, close, within maybe 10, 15 thousandths of an inch. Then I just grabbed one of my little sanding blocks, which was a big, and I think it's 36 grit, just came on the top and just sanded them down so that they met the tape. And then once everything came on in, I rested these inside the little, what do you want to call it, the top of the cylinder head, and everything was all the way across, flat, no gaps, and that's where this needs to be. So I did the same exact thing with the exhaust tube. And you can see just by where the split line is, one side is a lot thicker than the other one, so it just goes to show you the mold was not that great to begin with. Now what they're showing you to do on this is, according to the plans, let me just take you down and show you, because I don't think I did this later on in the video, so I'll show you now. Alright, here's a top view. And of course they give you a front view too, so that's going to work out very nicely because we're seeing the kind of the angle they're looking for. And what they want you to do is take the top piece of this up here, lay this down on the top, and then just come across. When everything's lined up, you're just going to come in and just make little marks on the side. So this piece here is going to be on the top section. Now where it gets strange is they want you to go ahead and drill the holes through the top section. The problem you're going to have with this, as you can see, this is 5/8. This is 5/8 wide. So, you know, we're sitting pretty good. It goes in. The problem is that's not 5/8 round. So this side, I'm going to come in, I'm going to take some measurements to try to figure out, because we want to match this with these little round tubes as well. And that's going to go into these little flat spots right here. And of course, even though they give you a flat spot here, it's going to be ground higher up. So as interesting as this may seem, it's not even close to being done. There still is a lot to get taken care of just to go ahead and get everything glued together. And they don't really tell you how they want you to glue them together, so I'm going to have to try to figure that out when the time comes. Yeah, do I want to just come in at this point where it's going to be sitting to glue down, get everything set up on the inside, have everything glued together with some just even thin CA or thick CA, just glue it and tack everything into position, and then before this little rod gets set all the way through and everything, do I want to fill these things with expanding foam? I'll let you guys go ahead and chime in on this one, because I have no idea how I want to do this yet. So I know some of you guys watching have probably done this before. Go ahead and you know, throw me a little bone there, just because yeah, I'll debate how I want to do that in my head for probably about a month. So seeing that you have heard what the future bud has to say about the project, let's go ahead and turn things back over to the past bud to see what he has to say. Okay, where we're at, these little dome tops, if that's what you want to call them, these are all in, and I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this. They are all the same height. They need to be the same height. So, part one is done. The 5/8 outside diameter, the cardboard tubes, can't find it anywhere. Look through the whole shop, so chances are they got thrown out. So what I did do is I went ahead and went to that little place that starts with the capital A, and it's the biggest river in the world. I've got those ordered up. They'll be here Tuesday. I decided to go carbon fiber because you got to figure for $17, it's going to be cheaper than me getting the cardboard tubes out of Balsa USA. That's how things go. So the other part. Here's the actual exhaust itself, the exhaust tubing. I still have a little ways to go. This side is matching up pretty well. This side, on the other hand, is not right down in here, so there's going to be a little bit of tweaking to do. Now, they offer options on however you want to put these things together. They said go ahead and just glue some balsa on the inside and just glue it together. Or you could use all this other stuff you were just going to throw out, and I would prefer to use the plastic. So what we'll do is they'll come on in, and there'll be just little tabs along the way. But I'm not going to glue it together until when you look at the instructions on what they want you to do. And hopefully you will be able to see this. According to the picture, and hopefully you can see it, they want you to use the top piece, put the top piece down on top of the plans and make the marks, so that way we know exactly where those tubes are going to be coming into, and then we can go ahead and glue them together. Now, what they wanted us to do, but I'm not stuff over explaining this, they said come on in with some, I think it was balsa or light ply or whatever it was, to glue these pieces together. Or you can do what I'm going to do. they say you can go ahead and use the scraps that you're going to throw out. I'd rather use the plastic to glue to the plastic. That way, once we get everything attached on the inside, holes drilled out first, of course, and then, which will be on this side, and then I will put little fillers between the holes on this side, and then possibly, quite possibly, on the whole back side, I may just run a thin strip. Now, it doesn't have to stick that high up, maybe about that amount, so maybe 1/8 of an inch up, for me to go ahead, put this down, put some CA on the inside, thick CA, or epoxy, and I may go with epoxy, and just for this reason alone, once I get everything inside there, I can come on down and just tape everything up. So it'd just be a matter of going ahead and doing what I did here. You're just going to use more tape, and that will do a good job. And the tape that I will probably use, because you can't see it up there on the wall, it's just regular black electrical tape. That way you can go ahead and stretch it out, and then when it comes time to pop it off, regardless of what you use for a glue, for an adhesive, you can just go ahead and just unwind it, and it'll be fine. So this part is going on hold until probably, because today's Sunday, Monday, Tuesday to get here. Thursdays, as of right now, is my next day off, so it may be Thursday. All right, so what I'd like to do right now, at the stage we're at with putting together the dummy engine, I want to go ahead and call this video number 1. What I want you guys to do is, anybody that's worked on one of these things before, put it together, add something down in the comments, because I need to figure out how you guys did it, what the best way for me to proceed from here might be. Otherwise, I got to make it up all by myself. So I'll see you guys next time. I'm back down here in the shop.